I feel like Adam's A tier. Okay. I definitely think he's way better than people say he is, and then people think he is. I could settle for a B tier, but I feel like Adam's actually really strong. Like whenever I play against Adam, like someone who's actually good at him, has correct aim, I feel like he's really strong. You don't see him enough. You don't see enough of Adam. You don't see enough people play Adam. More specifically, you don't see anybody play him well. But I know the character's potential. If you were to play him really good, the potential of the character plus his mass res is crazy good now. Like his mass res is actually busted. If you didn't know, his mass res actually revives people at a higher HP than their base HP. I think Hela starts at like 270 HP when rest. That's more HP than she normally has, and she's gonna get healed right away, so she gets up to like 400 really quickly. Like, I think he's crazy strong. I think A tier is fair if it's high rank and on metal ranks. I mean, I'm just gonna do for like in general how strong I think a character can be in the right hands. You know, I'm not gonna judge a character based off of what most people are like who play him. I hate when people do that. Flats does that a lot. I think in one of his tier lists where he put Widow in D tier, he'll be like, oh, if you run into a really good Widow, she can run the lobby. But how many people are really good at Widow? And I'm like, are you rating the people playing them, or are you rating the character? It just pisses me off whenever he does that. It just, like, hello? What does it matter? The character, if the character is capable of running the whole lobby, you can't put them D tier. Gah! Sorry, I'm ranting, but like, it just doesn't make sense. It just doesn't. It makes no goddamn sense. It is right, might be comp dependent to other heals. Yeah, you need triple heals. But I think he can work in double heal with the Luna. If the Adam hits a lot of headshots plus uses right click a lot, you almost always have a heal, and like, I don't know, there's so much damage you take, etc. But I feel like it's valid. I think Adam is good. I think Angela's B. We'll settle for a B right now. We'll go for a B right now. It's too early to tell. People haven't truly mastered Angela. People haven't gotten really good at her, but she's far from the bottom. Trust me, she's really good. I think I high B and high A. Yeah, the thing is, there's a lot of CC in this game that absolutely just fucks her up, but I feel like you really just don't fully deny her value with the CC. I think, yeah, if they have a lot of CC, you have to change your playstyle, and you can still make it work, but it becomes way, way harder, and you suffer. I'd rather have Angela than Penny or Thing. Real. So would I. When I see an Angela, I don't get the blade thing. When people go blade, I'm like, we have a blade? Really? When people go Angela, I'm like, alright. Cool. Bet. You want to do Angela? Bet. Okay. I'm not against it. Now, BP I think is also B tier. I don't care what anybody says. His damage is the same. His damage is the same. The damage is the problem with him. BP went from S tier to B tier because he does have lower HP. He is easier to deal with because he also gets less shield. He is worse, but his damage is still the same. And so he can still, a really good BP can still absolutely fucking run a backline. Like, just completely delete them. Obviously, if you play full counter, this becomes way harder, and he struggles. It's the same with Angela. This tier is basically they're really good, but if they play into full counter, they might not get a whole lot of value. Because there's not too many ways you can adapt and change your character in a way where it makes sense for us. I still think BP is damn good in the right hands because he does still do the same damage. He still can do those crazy busted OP fucking combos that he always could. Widow's A tier. Widow is A tier. I don't care what anybody says about this. She's A tier. Anybody who argues with this haven't played against X-Leg. You just haven't played against X-Leg. You just haven't played against X-Leg. Now, I almost never run into Widow, but the little bit of times that I do, server admin, and you can't do anything. You try to dive, it doesn't work. She gets too much shield. She has Snowflake. You can't kill her. And she just needs one shot because she's going to have Mantis damage boost and whatever. Yeah, but would you put Hela same tier as Widow? No, Hela's S tier. I mean, we can move to that right now. Hella's obviously Esther, not the same as Widow. A fully pocketed Widow in the right conditions will run the lobby more than a Hella will. Right? A fully pocketed Hella with damage boost, like give Hella whatever she wants, she still doesn't run the lobby as much as a cracked Widow does with a full-on pocket. Because Widow, one-tap certified. We can just add up tier above that. That's called the Torch tier. We can just add the obvious one. Torch is absolutely fucking S tier. He's gonna run the lobby, give him a pocket, and you're never killing him, and he will kill your whole team single-handedly. He's just a server admin. Especially in the hands of those who actually already know how to play him. But I do feel like he's better than Widow. So let's just... It's just Torch though. This is just the Torch tier. Torch is better than everybody else in the whole game. It's as simple as that. Now, it's easy to have recency bias and go, you know, like Flash, oh, I don't think he's that bad anymore. Yeah, because you don't play against him. You forgot what it's like. You don't know what it's like. You don't know what it's like. You forgot how it feels to play against a fully pocketed Torch because you keep banning him. Every game he's banned. So, duh. It's easy to just forget how awful he is. But again, Phoenix is not Torch. If you want to do Phoenix right now, it's the same as Hella. I can put out Phoenix slightly above Hella, but they're both in the same tier, potential-wise. Potential-wise, it's valid. Hella can 2-tap across the map, Phoenix can't. Phoenix is better like crowd control, doing more damage to multiple people who are grouped up. Hella's more better at longer ranges. Like, they both have their place, but they're both potential-wise on a similar level. Phoenix might be slightly above because you can get more constant value, constant spam, constant explosion. And so I put Phoenix like slightly above Hella. But I think Hella. And it was Phoenix combos with Luna and remove your team. You could argue the same with Namor Luna. Mag, Luna. Literally every Luna can damage with like half the roster and just delete your team. It's not an argument. That makes no sense. Blade is a hard one for me to rate because I never see anybody play him, and I haven't played him at all since the buffs. I'll put him C. I think if someone is really good at him, you can make him work. If you're bad at him, you won't. Blade's main problem is there's no real place for him. There's no real place where you go, man, I think we need Blade here. You know, like every other character feels like there's a place, there's a time and a place to play them. Blade just feels, when the fuck, like when do you play Blade? If they have triple tank, I don't think the answer to that is Blade. If they have triple support, the answer to that isn't Blade. Blade isn't the answer to anything. It's just kind of there. If you crack the Blade, if you're really good at Blade, you can definitely make him worse, in my opinion. You can make him work. I've seen some cracked Blades do some cracked things. I just feel like as a whole, I just feel like he doesn't have much of a place. I don't know. But take that opinion with a grain of salt, because a grain of salt, because I don't play Blade and I rarely see him, so it's hard to judge. So I think it's fair. Just put him right down the middle. So he's not really in the middle anymore because I added a Torch there, but you know. Also, Cap is the same thing. I don't remember the last game I saw Cap do anything other than run around for a couple seconds and die. Based off my experience, I don't honestly put him C. I see nobody play him. And when they do fuck all. Like, with his past survivability, they didn't even nerf survivability, it was damage, right? I think the main thing is they just don't play him. But when they do, I feel like they're far from running the lobby. They're far from doing just about anything. I feel like C's probably harsh. I just haven't seen enough to really judge how good Cap is now. So I don't know. Okay. Cloak and Dagger is S tier. Cloak and Dagger currently has the highest, the longest supportal along with Rocket at 12 seconds long. Actually, I think it's 13, right? 13 in total from like the first stack until they're all gone. 13 seconds supportal. And that is crazy. She also gets it super fucking fast. She also has crazy high heal output. She also has that blind that obviously blinds you and also increases the damage you take, which is underrated ability, by the way. If you run into an actual good Cloak and Dagger, I play Spider-Man, I guess, like a couple good Cloak and Daggers, and as soon as I die them, they just instantly blind me, and then I have two people shoot me and I just get deleted and I just get cooked. Like, their blind is way stronger than people think, and a lot of token daggers just don't use it right. They get ult super fast, and they have like the best, I wouldn't say the best support ult. I would say Luna still takes that, even if it's shorter, because it's way harder to cancel Luna than it is to cancel Cloak. That's about it. Let's move these out of here. It's the same. Strange is a hard one, because like, Doctor Strange, this is my win rate against 60%. Right? So I'm talking my experience here. My experience. I never had a problem with Strange. I always win against Strange. There's some handful of moments where it's like, oh man, we all got ulted. Or oh no, they portaled and they got back to point. Oh no, you know what I mean? Look at this 80% winner against Spider-Man, by the way. No, but it's just, I don't know. I don't feel like he's as strong as people make him out to be. I saw some people say Strange was meta and stuff, and I think that's preposterous. I think the other tanks are just way better. I think a B tier is fine for him. Like the Strange connoisseurs will make him work, and he does do good damage, and he is a good tank. But he's not gonna be running the lobby. It's not some crazy good tank to me. I think he's probably A. I'm sticking with B. I'm not putting him in the Widow tier. If I move Strange here, I have to move Widow here because he does not run the lobby like either of those two characters are capable of doing. Not even slightly. I would put it, I'm okay with putting him with BP and Angela. Like, you can run the lobby, you can cook, but you can also get easily countered, and Emma will fuck you up. Other tanks just get more value, just do your job better, you know? The other tanks are just better at your job. Emma's hard to rank. She's gotten so many nerfs. I feel like she's probably the same with Strange, but I could argue for an A tier Emma. But I don't know. I don't see her enough. She's not banned in any of my games, and nobody really plays her. Nobody's banning her in my games. I think B tier's fine. Like, she's still very annoying to play against. She'll still choke you. She'll still step on you. She'll still pin you against the wall. The typical Emma stuff, and that shit's annoying and can absolutely fuck you up and fuck Strange up specifically. I think Emma's A tier. She's still pretty strong. I don't think she's as strong as these two yet, though. Like, with all the nerfs, I feel like she's definitely significantly. I'm sticking with B tier here. I feel like Emma and Strange similar. I would say Emma's still a little bit better than Strange, but not a whole tier. I mean, it's just an annoying form thing. You can work around it. You better put Thor S tier. We'll get there, penis, man. We'll get there. We can finish the. Let's move all the tanks. Groot is also hard to rank because nobody fucking plays him. I don't know. How good is Groot? Is B tier fair for him? Like a similar, like he could run the lobby, but you can also just destroy a lot of his walls. He can definitely struggle a lot of times. I feel like he's a one-dimensional character. Like, if they just go Punisher and they play a comp that just destroys your walls, like, what do you do? Like, do you really get that much value anymore? Like, what kind of playstyles would you do? How would you change your playstyle? I feel like you just can't on Groot. That works. We'll do it like that. Emma's at the top of B tier, so basically almost A tier. Okay, Thor. I genuinely don't know how good Thor is. I don't think I've played him like at all this season. I was going to when I was gonna play Angela. Like, if someone steals Angela or bans Angela, I would play Thor. I also didn't want to. I'm watching you. Count your days. Whoa. I haven't even done nothing. There's so many counters nowadays, it's rough times sometimes, yeah. I feel like he's one-dimensional. Like, when you get countered, like, same with BP, he's also relatively one-dimensional. If they just full-on play counter against you, like, what do you really do? What do you really do? Give him his own tier? No, the only one who gets his own tier is the best character in the game right now. Freaking Thor. Is that good enough? Is A tier good enough? I don't know. I don't play Thor. Is he like? I feel like Thor in A tier is good. And season, like, I don't know, bro, just doesn't die. Yeah, all of his buffs has culminated into a really strong character, and with the Angela team up, I don't know. I feel like Thor's really good, but you know, he's not gonna single-handedly roll the whole lobby on his own a lot of the time. Why I wouldn't put him S tier. But I feel like he's a step above these things. But what tank is single-handedly going to own Magneto? This guy. This guy will do that. Magneto will grab the game by the balls and say, I am gonna win this game. Also portaled, bam, you're out of here. Oh, enemy Spider-Man, 2 balls and a right click, boom, you're dead. Boom. Like, his damage up is insane. His ult is insane. His bubble is insane now. His shield, like, I don't think I need to explain why fucking Magneto exists. He is the best tank in the game and always has been. I remember back in the day when people thought Strange was better than him. And people actually thought Magneto was only good with his Wanda team up. Those were the good old days. Yeah, okay, guys, I can move Emma up A tier. I'm okay with that. I just don't see enough Emma. I just haven't experienced enough Emma. Actually, you know what? This is gonna be the judge. I have a 61% win rate against Angela, but that's not what I was looking for. I was looking for Emma. Okay, yeah, I still have a horrible win rate against Emma. So I will keep her. I'll give her a B tier. An A tier, I mean. That's the decider. Also Thor, 30%. Look at that. Look at that. I think this is justified. I think we justify a B tier for both of these characters. And Phoenix. Holy fuck, I need to ban Phoenix every goddamn game. That's insane. In Pro gets a tier by yourself. It's 3 games, okay? It's 3 games. Relax. It's 3 games. Anyway, next up is Hulk. Also, S tier. Hulk is an easy S tier. I know this is going to be a controversial one. The amount of tier lists I've seen of this guy ending up in A tier or B tier, I've seen him in diabolical places. He's S tier. He's the most versatile tank. He's the one who's most likely to completely run the lobby on his own, even more so than Mag. He's not better than Mag, but I would say a really good Hulk is gonna fuck up the entire lobby more. Because he has more ways of doing it, he has more creativity, he has more movement, more options of ways he can play, I feel like. Hulk was a president shot on good DPS? Yes. Yes. If you've run into a really good Hulk player before, it's pain. And he's actually, it's cooked. You run into a crazy good Hulk, you're cooked, buddy. There's a reason he's banned, and it's not because of team ups. I don't ban him for team ups. That's not true. That's actually the sole reason I ban him. But if I had a ban slot open and he didn't have a team up, I would ban him. You know, if I could choose one tank to ban, it would be Hulk, because we need a mag. And he's not as impressive, and Hulk is. Even without team ups, I'm banning that bitch. Thing-a-ling. I feel like it's in the same tier as Cap, is fair. It's really hard to judge Thing as well. Because he's very much he's a one-dimensional character. There aren't that many options, things you can do with him. He's just one-dimensional. You're just doing one thing over and over, more or less. There's like slight variation, you know. Sometimes you'll peel a little bit more because your backline needs help. Sometimes you don't, and you can push up or you can attack fire. Whoop-de-doo. It's not different playstyles. It's about the same. He's very one-dimensional, and if you're playing against Groot and Punisher and stuff, what the fuck do? You swap. You don't have many options in how you play, and I feel like he's not that oppressive. He's just kind of annoying at times. And more importantly, most of the players I run into who are on this character are garbage. I'm sorry, they are just not it. Not at all. I've run into one Thing player in all my career of playing Spider-Man that truly shut me down. And obviously it was a team diff in general, like they were just better than us too. So it was a bit of that. But every time I dove somebody, Thing was there, he slammed the ground, and I couldn't move, and I would die. This rarely happens. Thing players rarely do this. But they should. Penny. It's also so hard, bro. Nobody plays Penny. She's she's situational. I feel like I can't put her higher than C because she's so situational. Not only can you not solo tank Penny, I mean, I guess in theory, technically, maybe, potentially, it could be done, but basically you can't. And also, if you get a bad map for Penny, you're also kind of cooked and you don't have too many options. Combine that with a bad map and, like, she's very one-dimensional and incredibly situational. I feel like you just, yes, you can run the lobby. Like, I feel like I should put her B because she can actually run the lobby more than these two guys can. But it's situational. You need a good map. You need to have a second tank. And you need to be good at Penny. A lot of Penny players aren't that good at Penny either. So I don't know. It can absolutely, you can absolutely run the lobby just as much as a Glue and or a Strange. And he isn't B in this meta. I disagree. I think Penny can run the lobby enough on a situational map if the conditions are right. It is doable. And that is what this tier is. This tier is if they have the capability of fully running the lobby on their own, which I have seen. I have seen it. I played on Spider Islands in a game, and I played against Penny. I don't know if they had Penny solo tank. I don't think so. But they just full held us on first point because they had Penny, and we had nobody dealt with the nest or anything, and we just got completely cooked. I think they had like Angela too, and like pull us into mines. I don't know. That game was a horrible game. My team actually banned Rocket to get rid of that Penny because they must have used a tracker, and they're like, let's ban Rocket so they can't Penny, and then Penny rolls the lot. Like, some people are stupid like that. I feel like Venom is also B tier. I put him above Strange. A tier? I mean, yeah. I can see it. It's just you never see a Venom, and when you do, they're really not good. But like, if I'm talking the potential of the character, especially he hasn't gotten nerfed, right? Like, has he ever gotten nerfed? I think they've only buffed him. I think they nerfed him at some point. I think, but he's only gotten stronger, and he's a relatively easy tank. And what usually happens with easy tanks is that people think he's like super one-dimensional, and they only play him one way when there's multiple ways to play him. I feel like Venom's always been the best dive tank. I mean, no. If you count Hulk, which I think we should, Hulk is better. Hawkeye is B. Character-wise, potential-wise, you can absolutely run the lobby, but everything else is just better and easier to be consistent with. Consistency when it comes to Hawkeye is the hardest. Like, you just can't be consistent. You're not gonna run the lobby every game, even though the character himself could technically, if you aim perfectly every game, you would hard carry and run the lobby, but you won't. It's almost impossible. You're just not doing it. You're gonna have one good game where you run the lobby, and then the next game you're gonna do shit. Like, you're doing fuck all. Also, I feel like he gets cooked against dive, like an actual like really good Psylocke and stuff. He doesn't have enough to. He doesn't have a stun like Hela does, like Phoenix does. He just has to hoop them away. That's not gonna save you from Psylocke. And I feel like just in general, he's more weaker to dive. If a team actually manages to go dive against him, which a lot of teams don't adapt and think of. I think Invis is A tier. I don't think I can put her S tier. The changes to Invis ult are just annoying. I think the changes to her ult just makes her more annoying, not better necessarily. She's a good healer, but the duration of her ult isn't super long. It also doesn't move. You can't really advance with it as much, and it's not that hard to cancel. I see it get canceled a decent amount. I feel like it's easier to counter than Luna, and Luna has a better support ult overall, which is always going to be crazy. Why is the best support ult the hardest to counter? I don't know. I think Iron Fist is a decent C tier. I think Iron Fist is a C tier. I almost never see him. It's hard to judge. What? 9 games against the Iron Fist and a 22% win rate? What is that? 2 wins in 9 games? That's crazy work. I'll move him up a tier because of that. I don't remember ever getting rolled by an Iron Fist in any context, but I think he has a character. That's faster than World. Yeah, I think Iron Fist is pretty fucking good. No, I think Iron Fist is pretty decent. I think BP is better, which is why he's at the bottom of the tier, and BP's at the top of it. Like, I don't have enough experience. I don't know exactly. Like, I haven't played him. I don't know what the changes are. I don't even remember them. Nobody really plays him. But potential-wise, the amount of damage he does to tanks, It's quite depressive. And just more than Blade Man. I think Iron Man. I don't see much Iron Man either. I think B is fair. When the conditions are right, you can absolutely run the whole lobby and do crazy well. Iron Man can absolutely run the lobby if the conditions are right, but gets hard countered by Ella and Phoenix, which is the meta, and he gets shit on. Kind of hard to live too much. It's not like Torch. Torch can stay alive with Snowflake and shit. Iron Man just get cooked. He doesn't have enough movement. I don't know. His ult gets easily countered by Mag. Yeah, I think Iron Man he's alright. He's good. Jeff is an EDS. Jeff meta. The amount of value you get on Jeff just by existing. You just hold left click. You just hold left click all game. Like I've played a fair amount of Jeff now, and I see the fun of him now. He's just a chill guy. Like when you play Rocket, he's a chill guy too, but more in the way that like you don't get the value that Jeff does. Jeff is a chill guy, but he gets crazy value. He just gets way more value than Rocket. He's just more. I don't know. I don't know how to describe it. Like the fact that he can heal all of his allies and do damage to all of his enemies at the same time. He can just stand there super far back and just fucking spray water at everybody at the same time. Get his ult super fast. Can single-handedly get 6 people off the map. Obviously, you're not gonna get that too often, but you know, technically you could. You can combo with Groot and stuff like that. And it's just so strong, especially on good maps. But even on bad maps, it's not like you can't play Jeff. The amount of value you get from getting 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever amount of people into your ult and away from the fight for how long is it ult? 8 seconds, 6 seconds, and then you push them into your own backline. If the whole team coordinates and kill those 2 people in your backline, which a lot of the times they don't, which is quite annoying, but yeah. You can also take them into your spawn sometimes. Loki's a character that I don't think I've seen like at all this season. Let me check the list. Where the fuck is Loki? 11 games. 11 games Loki. Have a bit of a negative win rate, but it's basically 50. We'll round that up to 50. I think he's B tier. I don't know. Maybe it's too early to judge. I just don't see Loki's. And I think the fact that they cooked his damage and his heals on top of it, I think overall, Loki's really good. He's good. Not really good. He's good. He's good. But nothing crazy. Luna, S tier, easy. We don't need to talk about that. A 2-second reduction of her ult was never gonna change that. The Snowflake is ridiculous. Strong, her ult is still amazing. Those 2 seconds, you barely notice them. And yeah, her damage is insane. Everything. She's insane. We all know that. Luna's busted. Magic. She's so busted, guys. Guys, we need to ban Magic every game, guys. You cannot leave this character open. She's so strong, bro. I cannot with this character. Oh, she's B. I think Magic is B tier. Same with Iron Fist, same with BP. They can absolutely run the lobby. They can absolutely cook, but not that hard. I feel like I've always had a negative winner against Magic, but let's see where she is now. I would imagine. Nope, I don't have a positive one. I thought for sure I had a positive one. It's only 12 games, but basically 50. We round that up to 50, in my opinion. I'm okay with B tier. I'm gonna stick her in B tier. I think she's not as good as people say she is. People are over exaggerating. She ain't all that. She ain't all that. She could be A tier. I can get on board with an A tier. I do feel like she is a little bit better than BP because like, overall she got buffed and shit, but like I don't see Magic too much. Like she's almost never banned in my games anymore, but nobody plays her. 12 games all season. Like yeah, like either super high B or low A. I'm gonna settle for a high B. Like right above BP. The reason I feel she's better than BP is because you have more ways of playing her. There's more variety in her playstyle. You know, you don't have to play one way. You can play a little bit more different ways. You can play frontline a bit more. You can flank. You don't have to play the game one specific way, and I feel like you kind of have to with BP, more or less. Like her overall game is better than BP, but BP has like higher kill potential, better kill potential. But like the overall game, Magic edges him a little bit. I think Mantis is crazy good. A at the minimum. I don't know if she's S tier, but she's definitely like at least high A. I think putting her with Adam is kind of fair. I feel like her damage with is crazy valuable. I feel A is fair. I think what stops both of these characters from going in the S is the duration of their ultimates compared to these two. Whoops. I don't know if this is going to be controversial. I don't think it's going to be controversial. But Mr. Fantastic is F because I literally never see it. And when I do, I don't think I've lost. Like, I don't remember a single game I've ever played with Mr. Fantastic. I played 2 games. 2 fucking games. 50%. I won one game and I lost the other one. That's great. Must have played against the only 2 fantastic players in the whole game. It's hard to judge. I think character potential wise, maybe he's okay, but probably not. I think he's just cooked. The way his character's designed and shit, I feel like he's just cooked. Yeah, I can't think of a single thing he would be crazy good against other than like Peel, but like Bucky does his job better. Like if they have a Spider-Man, whatever. Like if I'm playing Spider-Man, I'm more scared of a Bucky or a Hela than I am Mr. Fantastic, humping my ass in the air. I think Moon Knight's B tier with the buffs. You don't see him often, but when you do, he's annoying. He gets decent value. He's easy to play. Some people absolutely roll the lobby. Not often, but it does happen. I think he's fine. I don't know why nobody really plays his character enough, but Namor is A tier easily. I don't care what anybody says. He's fucking A tier. If you're good at Namor, you can absolutely run the lobby with ease. With or without team up, Namor is A tier. With team up, I could argue S tier, but we're not going to take into account whether or not they have team up. He's an A tier character. They made his projectile faster, way easier to hit. If you do flanking Namor is like actually busted. Like if you flank on someone, they can't react. You put out the 2 turrets, especially one of them being team up, you just hit them with a left click, right click, they're just dead. They don't even have time to react to do anything about it, they're just dead. Not enough people play him. A lot of people are just like, oh, we have a Hulk? Okay, I guess I'll Namor. Like, just play him anyway. He's really strong. Obviously, Hela Phoenix, better. Undoubtedly, but, you know. I think Psylocke's still crazy strong. I don't know about S tier. I don't know how much the nerf did to her, but she's still very strong. I know she's still very strong. I'm tempted to rage bait Rocket F tier. I wanna rage bait Rocket F tier, but I'm not gonna do that. He's not F tier, but he has the worst support role in the game. He's, in my opinion, the worst support in the game at this current moment. He does not compare to the others. The single only reason you would ever play Rocket is for survivability. His survivability is the only strong part about him. His ult sucks. His constant right-click healing isn't as good as Jeff's, in my opinion. Jeff does that job better and has better survivability in Rocket. Jeff does everything Rocket does, but better. Better ult, better healing, better survivability, better damage. Everything Rocket does, Jeff does 10 times better. Rocket's ult is awful. You destroy it like that. You know, obviously if you're playing like double melee or something, whatever. But I think his ult goes away too fast. You just delete it like it's nothing. And even if you put it like behind walls or try to be careful, Phoenix still exists. And it's a hard counter to Rocket. Ult. You brought up. I think Wanda is a bit better than Fantastic. She has more of a place than Fantastic does. I can't think of a situation where like, yeah, we need Wanda here, but like her damage output was pretty good. Her ult is better, but not by much. She's still kind of garbo. She just gets shit on. Like every other DPS in the game is way better. She just sucks. I don't know what to tell you. She's just not good. Her ult can be pretty good if you combo with a Strange, and with Strange team up, you do have good damage output. But everything Wanda does is done better by just about every other DPS in the game. Spider-Man, this is my character. So allow me to tell ya. Allow me to fill you in where Spider-Man is. He's in F tier in dire need of buffs. Please buff this character, he is so bad. Thank you. That will be all. Okay, fine. Spider-Man is B tier. Just above BP now, maybe. Like these two are kind of in the same boat. If you counter them, they really can't do much. They really do kind of get cooked. I feel like moving on Magic now though. Now that Spider-Man is in B tier, I just can't live with Magic being in the same one. I feel like Magic is a step above Spider-Man. But Spider-Man is in C tier. I can live with that. But Spider-Man is a very good character. His movement is and always will be insane. His ability to get value and just pull somebody off the map is also insane, but also situational. And just his movement, his creativity, the amount of ways you can play him. But the higher up in rank you get, I noticed this on the first day of the season when I got into the really high top 100 lobbies and I was trying to make Spider-Man work. I just felt so many situations where like, yeah, I just can't. Like no matter how many hours I have on Spider-Man, no matter how hard I've done it, no matter how many high lobbies I have played in the past, in this current state in season 4, I just can't do it. I just can't. I just get too coked. The triple support with Ultron, the Atom getting played. There's just too much stuff that just fucks up Spider-Man and just stops him from doing anything. But in general, as a character potential, he is. He isn't good in this meta, and he never will be again. I'm afraid we'll never see a Spider-Man meta. I think Squirrel Girl is also B tier. I feel like that's valid. With the same thing as Moon Knight. Especially if there's like a very good map. They're both good. They can absolutely run the lobby. They can do crazy stuff. Actually, I feel like C tier might be better. I don't know. I feel like I just can't think of a situation where she's actually run the lobby. Let me see Squirrel Girl. Is she at the bottom? No. She is right there. 60% 5 games. Nobody really plays her, and when they do, I've never had a problem with her in all of my life. Yeah, I think a C tier is fine. I think she's okay. Very situational. You got a good map, you can cook, but even then, I don't know. Other characters are just better. Everybody else is just better. Moon Knight is better than Squirrel Girl, in my opinion. Star-Lord, I feel like that's a solid A. I feel like Star-Lord's always been crazy good. In the right hands, absolutely, you can cook and do a lot of great things. I think it's a very good character. And the buff to his right clicks, giving him all health, so big thing. His ult is really, really strong. I think just overall, very good character. I think Storm is a B tier. That's not a B tier, that was a C tier. I think Storm is a B tier. Storm is actually my second most played character. I think she was A tier before removing the anchor. But I would put her now in B tier. Star-Lord is not S tier because that's where Hela and Phoenix is. He's not on the same wavelength as Hela and Phoenix. Both Hela and Phoenix fuck up Star-Lord. They don't exist in the same space as him. It doesn't work. He's A tier. Anyway, we were on Storm. Storm is a good character. She can absolutely run the lobby. The Jeff team up's still very good, but people have learned how to counter it, so it's way more frequent where she's not gonna delete the whole team as often. People understand how to counter it way better now, and also Phoenixes exist and counter Storm pretty bad. So yeah, I think B tier's fair. If you're really good at Storm, you can make it work. She is good. You can kind of run the lobby sometimes, but it's not gonna be that frequent. I think Punisher is the same as Star-Lord. He is pretty damn strong. Can absolutely run the lobby a lot of the time. There's a lot of shit to his kit. His ult is crazy strong, where you absolutely need to make some changes and adapt for its existence. You can't just support ult it, because a lot of the time he will kill through it. Yeah, his ult is crazy strong. Overall, he's really strong. Everything is kit. I think that's fair. Fintron up next. That's great. Ultron is an S tier. Easy S tier for me personally. I think Ultron is crazy fucking strong. He's a step above that. He's a step above Atom. If you play a healer comp and you play with Ultron and you keep the drone on a healer, you get healed, the flyer gets healed, neither of you ever die. And let's say the other flyer also has Snowflake from your Luna, and you're playing triple support, his damage is insane. He basically 2 taps, but like it's a long 2 tap and they usually get healed in between, and it's kind of hard to hit consistently, but it's still possible. His damage is crazy strong. His healing is constant. His ult is very good. They buffed it, so it's even better. You almost always bait out a support ult with it, or you get kills with it. It's really strong. I think we started banning Ultron because the triple support with Ultron is annoying as fuck. It is. I don't know. They did such a slight nerf to him, and people just stopped playing him. He's still crazy strong, and I'm glad he's making a return. I actually kind of enjoyed playing Ultron. I think Bucky's S tier. I don't know if this is controversial or not. I don't know what people feel about that, but I think he's an easy S tier. Especially with the buffs to his shift. Bucky counters Magic, BP, and Spider-Man way more. Like, he counters dive big time now. If you get hit with a shift, you're just dead. Like, he's a hard, like, he used to be a counter to those things, but he's a hard counter now. Like, you just can't move and you're just gonna die. Also, fun fact, hard counter to cloak ult. I can't say hard because you can just not go anywhere near Bucky. But if Bucky pulls you out of your ult, you can't fade. He's gonna hook you, shift you, and now you can't fade, and you're dead in that period. In that 1 second where you can't fade, you're dead. So yeah, absolutely yes. I'm putting Wolverine B tier. Wolverine is good. Can run the lobby, especially if he has team up. I guess this is just the melee character tier list, or the tier, except Magic. I booped up Magic. I think he's B tier. He can absolutely run the lobby. His ult is crazy good. The Phoenix team up is good. He's nowhere as good as he used to be. Still very strong, but can be countered just like every other person in this tier list. You can work around it, get better. It doesn't need to be banned. That's it. D tier looking quite lonely. Do we just delete D tier? But I don't like the way it looks if I do. We just do that. I figured the tiny wolf, I don't care. Yeah, no. The only time he's a valid ban is if you're playing Groot, I would say. But that's my tier list, guys. What do you think? What do you think about my tier list?